What is up, ladies and gentlemen? High on Life 1012 here, back from my 3 month hiatus where I did nothing but coach and work. It actually turned out to be quite the summer for me. But again, I'm back and I'm ready to get going with this whole YouTube thing. And of course, to provide you guys with some killer content. Just to point out, the gameplay that I'm showing you today is actually from a few months ago, and it is some supply raid from the Last of Us factions being played on the map Billstown, where I go 8-0 with 9 executions. Actually, I was thinking of how I was going to go about that, providing the statistics, maybe going with something like, oh, this is where I go 8-9-0, with the 8 being the amount of kills, 9 being the amount of executions, and the 0 obviously standing for my luck with the ladies. A big lull there, right? Anyways, it is good to be back, and I'm more revved up than usual to get this whole thing started once again. I know that I was doing a playthrough for The Last of Us before I ended up disappearing from the face of the earth, so I'm more than likely to be starting that back up by the end of the week, or maybe even earlier, I don't know. But I do want to get that done so I can move on and concentrate on another game to play through. Actually, now that I think about it, I'll save the new playthrough for later. Why don't I just finish the other playthroughs so that I won't feel so guilty about being the next Professor Finbar from Jimmy Neutron where I can't finish anything. Yeah, I think that's the better plan. So, these other playthroughs I'm talking about are for the games BioShock Infinite, Beyond Two Souls, Tomb Raider, and Dishonored. I think that those are the only games that I didn't finish, but I don't know. I haven't been on my YouTube in quite a while. Usually what happens is I make the video, upload it to YouTube, change the info, and leave it alone. That's basically the process of me putting up a video on my channel. And then, like, if someone were to comment on a particular video, yes, I'll go back to it and reply to that person. But other than that, I really try my best to stay away from my own videos. I don't know, it's weird hearing me talk, and I'm sure it's like that for most people, but that's basically what happens for me. Anyways, like I said, I'm back and I'm ready to get some playing time on my good old PS3. I'm also trying to think of what I might do for tomorrow's video. I'm not too sure. It might just be a random rant type of thing, somewhat like today's video, because I don't really have anything else to say except for the fact that I'm back. Well, actually, let's do this. I'll talk about my summer. So, where to begin? Well, as some of you may know, I am a baseball guy, and over the last few years, I've coached some baseball and softball teams. This past summer, I ended up coaching a softball team, and man, did it get frustrating. I mean, like, the players are good kids and all of that, but I'm so serious about baseball and softball that if I don't get the results that I want, I flip out. Well, now that sounds kind of ridiculous. It sounds like I might have knocked out a few kids and whatnot. But yeah, this past summer was pretty frustrating because I was the only one out there coaching, holding practices at 8 o'clock in the morning to about 10 to 10:30. And at the beginning of it all, it wasn't that bad because I was getting tired of school, and I needed to get my mind off of it, but now that I think about it, it was kind of the wrong choice because it seemed like all that frustration from school crept over into what I was doing in the summer. So I was pretty burnt out towards the end of the season, but there were also some good things that came out of it. Like, there was this one girl who surprised me with how much she had improved over the summer. I know my dad was telling me about how she was batting and she was making contact with the ball even though her swing was quite the mess, to say the least. Because basically she was swinging down on the ball or cutting down on the ball, and any baseball or softball player with experience knows that that is not the correct way to swing the bat. So after 3 or 4 months of constant practice and my dad and I overseeing her batting practice, she became one of our team's better hitters. And the reason why it was such a surprise is because I didn't expect any of the girls on our team to improve that much. Sure, I mean, I did expect some improvement, but not to the point where they would do a complete 180 and become a totally different player from the beginning of the season. So that was the best thing about this past season. And afterwards softball was done, my family and I took a few trips during the month of July. First, we went to Salt Lake, which was okay, but I think the other city, Provo, where BYU was located, was really nice. I mean, the city was right there besides the mountains, and the weather was great, but we did end up seeing the Great Salt Lake, as it is called, and it was unsatisfying, at least for me. I don't know. It was probably just the time of the day and how tired I was, but the lake was okay. It was funny though, when we were leaving, we stopped by one of those picnic areas, and there are like these little trails that take you to certain viewpoints on the island. And yes, there's a little island in the middle of the lake. But when you walk on those trails and look to the sides where the bushes and rocks are, there's like tons of spiders and spider webs. And I was thinking to myself, man, just imagine if you tripped over something like that, and or tripped over something and you fell into that stuff. And when I was thinking about that, there was this family there, and they were taking a walk to the same viewpoint that I was, and apparently one of the ladies walked through those spider webs, and she was trying to shake off whatever she had run into, and I thought it was hilarious because she was just freaking out, just throwing her hair all over the place. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty boring. I mean, no disrespect to anyone that lives in the area, but it was painful because we made that trip thinking that, man, it's going to be amazing seeing the lake and whatnot. But once you actually experience it, you ask yourself, was that really worth it? But I don't know. I probably just didn't look hard enough for something interesting in that city. So after Salt Lake, we ended up going to Las Vegas, Nevada, which wasn't bad, but we only stayed there for 2 days, and we left back home afterwards. We were actually planning on going out to California, but that changed pretty much when we went to Las Vegas. So that was the end of our trip. Oh yes, I almost forgot. We went to the Grand Canyon, which was really nice. I mean, I grew up in the outdoors. I spent every single day outside playing with rocks and sticks, climbing up trees and the ridges of little canyons. So I was excited to be there, and I'm actually planning on going back there sometime this upcoming year so that I can go hiking into the canyon and maybe even do some biking, but that's until later, so I have some time to plan things until then. But yeah, that was pretty much my summer, and of course, now I'm back in school, and I'll be doing that for another couple of months. Ooh. So I think that pretty much does it for my commentary today. So I'll go ahead and leave you guys to watch the rest of the video, or not, it's up to you. Also, if you would like to, tell me about your summer. I'm curious as to what you guys, or gals, were up to, but other than that, I'll talk to you guys later, and be sure to have yourselves a great day. This is Iron Life 1012, and I'm out. Peace. See your eyes through you anyhow. I seek you out, flay you alive.
Finish. Move out.
One more word and you won't survive. And I'm not scared of your stolen power. See your eyes through you anyhow. I see.
Over there, straggler. That's one down. Hunter!
I see you, flay you alive.
of your stolen power. See right through you anyhow.
He's down. No one comes back from that. Okay, got it. I'm hit! I'm wounded! Downed one. One less straggler to worry about. Finished. They can't hold on much longer. Hold up.
Failing and you fell where my is.
Got it.
With grace.
Scratch one.
I got you. Appreciate it. He's down. Hold on. I can patch you up.